right, hello and welcome to Sunday Morning Tailgate, brought to you by the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am your host, Big B, and my team's not looking so hot this first 2 weeks. But anyways, we're joined by Chris P. Bacon. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. How's everybody doing this morning? And happy week 3.
Yeah, exactly. Happy week 3. Loro is also joining us. How you doing, Loro?
Doing great. Looking forward to a great week 3. It's already a good start to this NFL season, and I'm looking forward to a great show today.
Yeah, no, you're right, Loro. It's been a phenomenal 2 weeks. I couldn't recall a season where it started off like this in my lifetime. So we hope to be joined by Dave Messaround later. Don't know what's going on. A little something on the side, I guess. So if he's on, he's on. If not, it'll just be us lovely faces. So what stood out? Let's start with week 2. What stood out with you guys in week 2? Chris, what stood
Ooh.
out? Good or bad?
Uh, you know, I guess Carson Wentz breaking both ankles, and yet he's starting today.
Yeah, I saw that, and I think he's I think they brought in another backup just in case. So
Smart.
and I'm sure he didn't break the ankles by running around and making people miss him. So Laura, how about you? What stood out in week 2 for you?
What stood out to me in week 2 is that what stood out to me in week 2 is that Mac Jones had his first career NFL win, and the Patriots blowing out the Jets. That was a good bounce back after losing to the Dolphins in week 1 in heartbreaking fashion. So I also thought that the Ravens and Chiefs game was a dandy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. I definitely hear you on that. For me, week 2, like I said in the open, my team, the Vikings, just aren't getting it done right now. They're holding close. They kind of remind me of Arizona last year that just weren't getting the breaks. They would have a lead, they'd come back, and we just don't have a kicker. That can kick a ball through an upright that's what 30 feet wide and X amount of feet up high. I don't know. So it's one of those things where if anybody knows how to kick, call the Vikings because we definitely could use you guys. So
I'm
yeah.
there. I'm just kidding.
So player wise, who gets your guys' A grade last week? Loro, what gets your A grade?
I think the A grade for me was Mac Jones of the Patriots. I mean, he's starting to show that he is going to be that next Tom Brady on the Patriots. I'm not saying that he's no Tom Brady. I mean, Mac Jones is definitely that next franchise quarterback for the New England Patriots after 2 games, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he could do in his 3rd game of the season, but also against the Saints, but also like what Tim Hendricks just said right here, the Raiders being 0-2. I'm like, I knew that would happen. I mean, I think the Raiders are in a win now mode.
And it's their first time in their history that they're 2-0.
Okay, I did not know that. I figured they would have been something. So, Chris, how about you? Who gets your A grade team wise, player wise?
I'm going with Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers. I mean, I would have thought, just seeing his history in New York with the Jets, that he wasn't going to be a good quarterback. This team's going to go downhill, stuff like that. But he's really turned the team around. He's turned around his career. And I think making the move to Carolina or at least in another team kind of helped him out, his career wise.
Okay, yeah, I go with that one. Yeah, Chris, you kind of stole mine. I guess another guy I could throw out there is Teddy Bridgewater, but I know his couple games have been, you know, average. But I mean, he's got the Buccaneers at 2-0. A lot of people have counted him out,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, Teddy's looking good. Sam Donald's looking good. Stafford's still holding his own. So you know, so we got some good things going on here. Uh, but before we go into week 3, Chris, why
Yeah.
don't you give us a little history lesson?
Well, one thing I found out this week is that I think it was on Thursday, but we'll count it this week. Is Tom Brady was drafted? You know, he was in the NFL, and I think it was week 2 of either 2000 or 2001 season. Drew Bledsoe got hit on a looked like a dirty play, at least to me. It was out of the game, really out of the season, and Tom Brady, 7th round draft pick, took over, and I guess you can say the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history.
That's really what I took
Loro
away
being a
from.
Patriots fan. What about that? Yeah. What about that? If Bledsoe doesn't go down, do we know who Tom Brady is? What do you think? Laurel?
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what do you think about that little history lesson there? Week 2 to week 3, Brady comes in for an injured Tom Brady or for Bledsoe. So if Bledsoe doesn't get hurt, do we know this Tom Brady or do we know a different type of Tom Brady? What do you think?
It's hard to tell, you know. I mean, Tom Brady just came in and just stole the show. So I think we might have just seen Tom Brady might have taken a different starting job if you looked at it, because I mean, Drew Bledsoe was just already in the end of his playing career, but Bledsoe played for the Bills and then he played for the Cowboys. So I just think that Tom Brady is just still the GOAT. I mean, in my opinion.
I just feel bad for Bledsoe because it seemed like every time it was kind of like the Tyrod Taylor effect, where it seemed like no matter where you went, he took over somebody else. You know, he took a job.
Yeah.
Basically, he did with the Patriots, he did with the Cowboys. I'm sure he did with the Bills.
Yeah, no, it's it's one of those what ifs, but we know what the history writes, and we got probably in Loro's eyes the goat of the NFL. Some other people's eyes, they can't get off of
Mm-hmm.
Deflategate and Spygate and stuff that he's tied into that. So we'll see. But I mean, what 8 rings and 10 Super Bowls or something like that, or 7 and 9? That's hard to
Yeah.
knock a guy like Tom Brady. So Tim Hendricks is calling to Steve DeBerg defect. Yeah, come in and
Steve DeBerg.
Yep, exactly. So, all right, let's get to it, boys. Week 3 of the NFL kicked off Thursday with a so-so Thursday night game. Panthers, I believe, won that
They did.
in easy fashion. CMC went down again with an injury. Looks like he might be out for a couple weeks.
At least it's not long term.
Yeah, it's not long term. So break down that Thursday night game a little bit for us. Recap the Thursday game.
Well, my thoughts is that I just thought that Carolina played very well. Sam Darnold was moving the ball downfield. DJ Moore had a great game. The Panthers defense looks so much better than it was last year. And I just feel like that this Carolina Panthers team is gonna be competing again. I really think that Matt Rule is a better coach in Carolina than Ron Rivera, and I think that Matt Rule is gonna. I think Sam Darnold is in the right situation with Matt Rule and Joe Brady. And also look at the Texans. I mean, Davis Mills had an okay game, but it wasn't enough for the Texans to score more. I mean, Joey Slye missing the extra point. I mean, that was kind of disappointing. And I just think that the Texans right now, they have a lot of problems that they have going on with Deshaun Watson, then Tyrod Taylor. Maybe Davis Mills could be their franchise quarterback. Who knows?
Yeah, no. How about you, Chris? Quick breakdown of the Thursday night game.
I feel like Davis Mills, at least in the first quarter, he played okay, and I know it came off a short week and didn't really have any time to prepare, but I thought he played okay. I think he needs a lot of work, in his career, but Carolina's just playing manageable football. They're trying not to get any, turnovers not too many mistakes. So I think they're playing well.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, those Thursday night games seem to be kind of a dud. Again, we had another one, but a short week. New players in, you get an injury with your star running back, but you still pull it out. Um, yeah, Panthers might be an early shock right now with Donald at QB there. So, all right, let's get down to some early games. The first game is the Washington football team. Hopefully, someday they come up with a name against the Buffalo Bills. Chris, what do you think of that one? Washington versus Buffalo.
That should be a good game. You got Heineke starting for Washington. You got Josh Allen for Buffalo. Both quarterbacks are really talented. It could go either way, really. But I kind of feel like Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen are kind of the better team right now. It's Heineke's first road start,
Okay, yeah, I
surprisingly.
think, yeah, no, I think Buffalo's offense is gonna shine. I know Washington has a stellar defense. Tim's chiming in with his pick. He says Washington by 4. If Washington wins, it's gonna be a close one. Even if Buffalo wins, I think the spread is 7. So, I'll go with the Bills. Loro, how about you, bud?
I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. I really think that Josh Allen's the real deal right now, and I think that Bills offense is going to really wear down that Washington defense.
Okay. All right. The next game sees the mighty Ravens with the big upset last week versus the 0-2 Lions. Loro, what do you got for that one?
I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens because I think that their defense is going to get to Goff. I think Lamar Jackson's going to have a field day against that Detroit defense. And also the Lions are on a very short week too,
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Chris, how about you there?
I'm going with the Ravens. I mean, they surprised a lot of people last week. Facing off against the Chiefs. So I think they can continue their winning streak.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Tim's chiming in. Ravens by 8. I think you might see double digits there. I think the Ravens going to torch them up with some run, some pass. Maybe we get to see a pass to Lamar Jackson. Who knows? But I think the Ravens are going to ride that upset for this week. The next game, the Colts versus the Titans. Chris, give us a little take on that one.
Colts and the Titans. It's a divisional game. Mentioned it earlier that Carson Wentz isn't, too healthy right now. Injured ankles, and he's still expected to play. Derrick Henry's kind of having an off year, but I feel like he's gonna, bounce back maybe tonight or today. So I'm picking Tennessee.
All right. How about you, Lowell? Colts, Titans.
I'm going to stick with the Tennessee Titans. I really think that Derrick Henry can run all over teams' defenses, and I think if the Colts defense doesn't stop Derrick Henry, then I think they're in for a long day. But I don't know what Carson Wentz you're going to get today. But if the Colts win, I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think it's going to come down to a Titans win with Henry at the helm running. Tim, I know you're a Colts fan. You pick them by 3, but Carson Wentz right now is kind of maybe 80% with those ankles. So if he plays and if the Colts win, I think it'll be a Carson Wentz kind of game. But if they lose, I think it's going to be because Henry's just running wild. So, second game, we got the Chargers versus the Chiefs. Loro, what do you got on that game? Chargers, Chiefs.
As much as I want to go for the Chargers to win this game today, I'm going to go Kansas City. I think they're going to bounce back from that upset loss to the Ravens.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm going with Kansas City. I mean, it's only one game. That was just, I don't know, a fluke play or just something that happened. But they're good enough to win any and every game. So I'm going Kansas City.
Yep, I couldn't even tell you since Mahomes is there. I don't think Kansas City's lost 2 in a row. I don't think it's going to happen this week. Chargers are going to bounce back. I think we're going to kind of see the not the old school, schoolyard type of football where they're just going to chuck it around and come up with something. So I got the Chiefs. Our viewer Tim, who's chiming in again, he's got the Chargers by 5. So, Tim, give me a little reason why you think the Chargers are going to take this one. It's kind of interesting. Might be a big upset. So, moving on. We got the New Orleans Saints versus the New England Patriots. Chris, what do you think of that game?
I'm not sure about the Saints. I mean, up and down, and they don't have Drew Brees. They don't have Kamara. They're kind of, I don't know, up and down the season. And then New England's playing their rookie quarterback, which he's playing really well. I'm going New England right now.
All right. And then Chip's chiming in. He says, any given Sunday. You are correct on that. So, Loro, this is your team, bud. Saints versus Patriots.
I'm going with the Patriots today. I think Mac Jones is going to torch that Saints defense, even though that Saints defense is pretty good. But I think the Patriots defense is going to torch Jameis Winston because what Jameis Winston are you going to get? 5 touchdown passes? Or are you going to get the guy that's going to be turnover savvy? Or are you going to get the guy that was the Heisman Trophy winner at Florida State? Because Jameis Winston, he can be good, but he just needs to work on his consistency.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I think we're in a consensus. I'm going Patriots just for everything Rolo said. You don't know what Winston you're going to get, and I think Belichick's going to have something up his sleeves, and as he's getting closer to next week's matchup with Brady. So, we'll see. But I got Patriots. I got them in about the 10-digit figure or 10+ figure, I should say, not 10 digits, because that would be a hell of a game. So, moving on, we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the New York Giants. Loro, what do you got on that game?
Going with the New York Giants. I mean, those are both teams that are very desperate for wins. I mean, Atlanta has a good offense. I like Matt Ryan. I don't want to underestimate him, but I picked the Giants because of a couple reasons. One, because of former Patriots special teams coordinator, who's the current head coach of the New York Giants, Joe Judge. And also, I think Saquon Barkley is going to have a great day. If Daniel Jones can pass the ball, throw 4 touchdown passes, I think the Giants can win this game. But I just think it's all about the offensive line for the Giants, and that's all about their defense.
All right. Chris, how about you, bud?
Oh, man. I mean, for that game, I think until they prove otherwise, I got to go with the Giants.
All right. I'm looking at the spread here, 2.5, so they're thinking it's not going to be a close game. I think we're going to get an Atlanta win here. I think the Dirty Birds are going to come out flying high. Maybe by a kicker might win this game. So we don't say that much here in Minnesota. So, but I'll go Atlanta. I'll go Atlanta. So next game, another big division game. The Bengals versus the Steelers. Chris, what do you got in that game?
Big Ben's hurt, but he's playing. Joe Burrow's kind of isn't playing all that well. But it's still a good competitive matchup. I'm going with Pittsburgh on this one.
Okay. Laura, how about you? Bengals, Steelers.
I'm going to go with the upset pick. I think the Cincinnati Bengals win this game. I think the Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase combo is going to torch that Steelers defense without T.J. Watt. I just think if the Steelers win this game, it'll be because of Najee Harris and also Juju Smith-Schuster and Chase Claypool. But Big Ben, he can't move out of the pocket. That's why the Steelers are going to lose games, because Big Ben can't move.
Yeah, no, I'm taking the Bengals. I think they're going to just light them up. Like you said, Loro, T.J. Watt's out today. Also, Tim's also confirming that. So, Yeah, we're gonna get a different look. Steelers team, I think, but I think the Bengals are gonna hold strong, and I think they're gonna take this game. Uh, we got two early games left, but we're gonna save the one because that one's our pick'em game. So the last one we'll touch on here quickly is the Cardinals versus the Jags. Loro, Arizona versus Jacksonville. What do you got?
I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, Jacksonville's a team that's still going through growing pains right now. I mean, obviously, I think the Jaguars can win a game, but I just feel like that the Jags have had a tough schedule to begin the season. But I just felt like that they should have beaten teams that they were supposed to be beating. Like they could have beaten Houston. I mean, everybody wanted Jacksonville to beat Houston in Week 1, but Houston just came in and torched them.
Yep.
Denver, they're a team that had quarterback issues, but still found a way to lose that game. But Week 3, I mean, this is also a tough test. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to beat the Cardinals. But maybe if their schedule gets a bit easier, maybe they can string some wins together. But not now, though.
Yeah, exactly. Chris, how about you? Cards, Jags.
I'm picking Arizona. I mean, I don't know. I felt like Jacksonville could probably do better, but maybe not. So, Arizona.
Yeah. Is it too early to call Lawrence a bust?
I think it's too early. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's not the right coaching fit for him with Urban Meyer.
Yeah. But it's tough to be the number one pick and have to turn around the team because typically you're going to be bad for a year or two. But yeah, I'm going Cardinals. I don't see any other way not to go with the Cardinals. Tim's going with the Cardinals. He's picking them by 13. Yeah, I'm in the same figure there. You know, a couple touchdowns. So Arizona's got a hell of an offense. So all right, so we'll move into, like I said, we got the one Thursday game left, or early game left. We'll touch on that here in a few minutes. So we'll go to the late games, which looks like there's 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with the Jets versus the Broncos. Chris, what do you got on that game?
I'm picking Broncos. I mean, Jets are struggling like Jacksonville, and Broncos are undefeated. So let's go Broncos.
Okay, Laura, how about you?
I'm going to go the Denver Broncos. I mean, I think that the Broncos are playing well to begin the season. I mean, because they have an easy schedule to begin the season, but I think their schedule is going to get a lot harder as the season progresses. So I just think that the Denver Broncos defense will get to Zach Wilson. But I feel like that the Jets are getting to be. I think the Jets are going to be good. They have potential with Zach Wilson, but I just feel like that these things take time. Don't say Zach Wilson's a bust after 2 games. I just think that Zach Wilson is going to continue to get better as the season progresses.
All right. Yeah, no, I get you on that one. Yeah, I'm going with the Broncos too, behind Teddy Bridgewater and that team. The defense still solid. Jets still got to figure some things out. I think Wilson, he's what, 6-7 picks already in 2 games or something like that. So
Yeah.
he's not doing a good showing right now.
No.
So, and then moving on, we got the Raiders, the Tualess Raiders, or I'm sorry, Tualess Dolphins
Yeah.
versus the Mighty Raiders. Chris, what do you got with that one?
Vegas. I'm picking Las Vegas to win this game. I feel like of the 2 teams playing, they have the better quarterback, and who knows what Brissett's going to do for the Dolphins. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He did well with the Colts, but I don't know what's going to happen today. So we're going Vegas.
Okay. Laura, how about you, bud?
Going with the Miami Dolphins in an upset. I mean, without Tua, I really think that Jacoby Brissett coming in, he's got the weapons in Jalen Waddle and Devontae Parker and Will Fuller. I think Jacoby Brissett should have a good day today. And then, I mean, he came in, didn't play great, not because he was so bad. I mean, it was just because he just came in an emergency situation, and the Bills' defense torched him. And I just think that the Dolphins need this win badly. I mean, when Tua comes back, I think Tua is going to help the Dolphins get to the playoffs. I really still think that Tua Tagovailoa is going to have a breakout season this year. Just has to stay healthy, and I still have faith in him being the franchise quarterback for the Miami Dolphins.
All right. Yeah. I mean, Tua's got to stay healthy to let's see. But because they're home, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. If it was in Miami, I'd probably take Miami, but I think the Raiders are gonna do this at home in front of the crowd. It's gonna be a close game, probably 9 or less, like Tim says, but I think it's gonna be a close one. All right. Let's see. That's okay. So now we will get into. I know we
Well,
got.
what
Oh,
about Tampa Bay
yep.
and Rams?
I thought that was the night game. All right. So yeah, Tampa Bay versus the Rams. Loro, what do you got? Tampa Bay versus the Rams.
I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because of TB12.
All right, Chris. How about you?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams win this. I feel like they could probably, sneak in and win, but I'm picking Tampa Bay.
Okay, Tim's going to Bucks by 8. I'm going with the Rams. They're home. I think Stafford's a real deal. Again, I ain't gonna lie. If Bucks pull this out behind TB12, I ain't gonna fault them. I ain't gonna be hurt. But I think it's the Rams. I think the Rams need this more than Tampa. But Tampa's got all the firepower. They got TB12. So if the Rams can get to TB12, I think the Rams can do this. So all right. So now we're down to our final 4 games, which are, as you guys are following, our pick'em games. These are the games that we are going to pick as analysts. We're going to see who's doing the best job at the end of the year and crown them the almighty Morning Tailgate champion. So, so far through 2 weeks, we got Loro at 5-3. We got Chris at 3-5. Sarge, who you guys will see hopefully before the end of the year, one of our hosts is 4-4. Mr. Messaround is 5-3. J Mac is also 5-3. I am sitting at 6-2, and our viewer Tim, who's the only one that's thrown in picks so far, he is 5-3. So, with that being said, let's get to it. So the early game that we did not break down yet is the Bears versus the Browns. So, Loro, who do you got in this matchup here?
I got the Cleveland Browns because I think that Nick Chubb is going to run all over that Chicago Bears defense. I think Baker Mayfield's going to have 5 touchdown passes today. I think the Cleveland Browns defense is going to be good. I do expect Justin Fields to play good, but I just think that playing against that defense is going to be tough. Is going to be rough for Justin Fields because they're going to be chasing him, and he's going to be running for his life. Give me the Browns in this one.
All right. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I want the Bears to win, but I feel like the Browns are going to win. So I'm picking Cleveland.
All right. Our viewer Tim, he's chiming in with the Bears, so he's taking the Bears by 7. I'm with you guys. Chris, you said the Browns, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm with you guys. I'm taking the Browns. They're home. They got a stellar running game. I know the Bears defense has always been iconic for stopping the run, but I just don't know if they can this time. So I'm going Browns. So moving on to the late game that we did not cover so far, and that is the Seattle Seahawks coming to Minnesota to face my Vikings. So I'll start with this one. If they were anywhere else but home, I would probably take Seattle. But right now I am going to take the Vikings. I'm hoping we don't have to rely on our kicker to win this game. So I'll take the Vikings in a close one. How about you, Loro?
Well, I'm going to pick the Seattle Seahawks. I think Russell Wilson's going to bounce back from that rough loss to the Tennessee Titans, and I think that DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett are going to have good days catching the football, and I think that the Vikings defense is going to not have a good day today.
Yeah, it seems like every time they face Seattle, they always have a tough time because Russell Wilson. I remember the playoff game a few years ago. It was 3rd and like 17 or something, and Seattle hiked it over Russell Wilson's head. All we had to do was stop him, and we're moving on. And Russell Wilson ran around for like 20 minutes, it seemed like, and got a first down to end the game. So We had trouble with Wilson. So, Chris, how about you? Who do you think, Seattle or Vikings?
I believe I got Seattle.
Okay, taking Seattle today. All right.
Make sure about. No, Minnesota. I'm sorry, Minnesota.
Oh, you're gonna go Minnesota? Okay.
Yeah,
Any reason why, or just?
I just feel like Minnesota's going to win it.
Well, Minnesota does need a break, so they need to catch some breaks, but it's gonna be tough. So, and then like I said, Tim's chiming in with Seattle. So, going to the Sunday night game, we got the Packers versus the 49ers. Chris, what do you take in that game?
Green Bay over San Francisco.
You're taking Green Bay, okay. Loro, how about you, bud?
I am going to go with the Green Bay Packers. And I say that because I love when offenses wear down top defenses, and Aaron Rodgers will do that tonight.
All right. I'm going to go. I'm going with the Niners. I don't know. Something still tells me that A-Rod's playing some mind games. If it was a home game, I think it'd be a different story. But I think he's going to just kind of play these mind games with the fans and the organization and see what they do. But I'm going to go with the Niners in a close one. I see our viewer Tim. He's also going with the Niners. So, but I think it's going to be a close one if Rodgers plays like Rodgers, and not this Jekyll and Hyde stuff. So, all right, moving on to the Monday night game. We got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. Loro, who you got Monday night?
I'm going to go with the whatchamacallit? I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys.
All right.
Because I think that it's their home opener, and I think Dak Prescott is going to have a great game. But I'm not going to underestimate Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a great game today. So I think just give me the Cowboys in this game.
All right. I know I probably really don't need to ask this too much, but
No,
who you going with Monday night?
Cowboys.
All right. I kind of figured that. Tim, our viewer, is also going with the Cowboys. He's taking them by 10. I'm going with the Hurt business. I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts and Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're just out to have fun. The Cowboys right now, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think it'll be a close one. I think the Eagles will win, but I think we'll have a good matchup, But so low roll. Let's get down to business here. Lowdown with low roll. Let's break down the 0-2 teams. What team can be a contender? What team is going to be a contender for that top spot in the draft?
I think who's going to be a contender for the playoffs is the Colts. I mean, you don't want to be you don't want to worry about you don't want to panic on them now just because with Carson Wentz being hurt. I think that Frank Reich is going to make sure that the Colts win you some ball games. But also, the 0-2 team that's going to be competing for that number 1 pick, I probably will think it'll be the Jags, but I think the Jags will probably be picking in the top 3. They probably will be trying to get more weapons for Trevor Lawrence. And as for the Jets, they're not going to be near that number 1 spot in the NFL draft, but maybe the Detroit Lions.
All right. So, I'm sorry. Who was your 0-2 team that would make a playoff run?
That's the Colts.
Okay. No, I got that. I like that. I like that at all. For me, if I was to break it down, I probably, with a good Carson Wentz, I think the Colts could do it. So I like that. Chris had to step away. He's got a family issue, so hopefully it's not too emergency. But Chris, jump back on if you got time. So right now we got it would be Messaround. Stop messing with Messaround. So me and Lowell are going to break this down a little bit. So we're going to stop messing around. Jets really that bad? and we're seeing that because of how Sam Donald's playing in Carolina. What do you think, Loro? Are the Jets that bad, and should we stop messing around with saying Sam Darnold's bad?
Yeah, let's stop messing around with Sam Darnold being bad. He is a good quarterback. I have said that many times, but I just felt like that Sam Darnold's career got wasted with Adam Gase. I think Sam Darnold didn't thrive in that system. I just think he's thriving with Matt Rule and Joe Brady. That's why I think this is kind of like the 2019 version of the Tennessee Titans when Ryan Tannehill came in, took over in like week 6 over Marcus Mariota, which I think Ryan Tannehill should have been the starting quarterback in week 1 over Marcus Mariota that season, and the Titans would have been so much better. So that's why I think that Sam Darnold is the reason why I think he's my pick for comeback player of the year this year.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, I'm with you. Let's stop messing around. Sam Donald is Donald. I can't pronounce it today. He's a real deal. I mean, is he a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback? Time will tell, but right now I'm not putting him there. But he's definitely not as bad as we thought he was in Jacksonville, and he's proven that with Carolina. Yeah, his weapons are a little bit better. It's got a solid running game when healthy, but Teddy last year did kind of the same thing. I had put up decent numbers. I ain't gonna say he put up these kind of numbers, but so yeah, let's stop messing around. Jets are this bad, so let's get Gase out of there. Gase is out of there, but
actually, I like Robert Saleh as the head coach of the Jets. He's going to do a great job rebuilding that program.
Yeah, so it's gonna take time, just like in Jacksonville, it's gonna take time. So, for me, we're at my segment now, Big Baller. I'm gonna take a win last week. I picked Herbert. It was a good game. Maybe a half a win because he did not win the game. So, for me this week, my Big Baller, I'm going to go with Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's going to have a heck of a game against the Jets. Like I said, if they keep these games going, maybe we'll have to call it the Big Jinx. I don't know. But I think Teddy's going to have a big game against the Jets. And I don't know. 250 and 3 touchdowns, maybe even a running touchdown. So, Loro, what do you think? What do you think on me taking Bridgewater as my baller?
That's a good pick. I mean, I feel like that now this is the time for Teddy Bridgewater to show that he can be a franchise quarterback. Yes. I felt like that the Vikings didn't use him correctly. He was bounced around a lot. You got to give him a chance.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I have a little beef. I should say beef with my brother, but I've told him same things, and he's just, denying Teddy Bridgewater can play. And, but I think he's found a home in Denver. Maybe not at the future, but, maybe, 3-4 years that he'll be there. So, with that being said, Nate is chiming in. Denver needs to start Javonte Williams. What do you think, Loro?
Absolutely. I mean, Denver's using a running back committee, but Javonte Williams has been a good back whenever Melvin Gordon's not on the field. But I just think that Vic Fangio is going to continue to mix and match with those running backs.
Yeah, it's one thing to have a stud running back like a Cook or Henry, but a lot of these teams do that running back by committee. Kind of go with the hot hand or per drive. So. But, Nate, you're the fan. I'll take your word on it that you feel that Javonte Williams should start. I mean, why not? But, we know it's a passing league. A lot of these teams are looking for that running back that can come out of the backfield a lot. So, typically, you go with the hot hand. So, all right, our picks are in. We've done our topics. Last few minutes here. I saw an article. NFL's toying with the idea. Actually, I think it's official this year. NFL is going to have a Monday night playoff game. Loro, what do you think of that? A Monday night playoff game?
I like it. I mean, I think whoever has a Monday night playoff game, which teams play there, they're going to have to play the Sunday game. That way they have more time. But I just feel like that after that Monday night playoff game, for the first time, they're probably not going to have enough time to prepare if they have to play Saturday or something like that. is going to be a short week for whoever plays that game.
Yeah, so just read the caption here. The NFL will have games Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on the wild card weekend. So, yeah, like you said, it should be a pretty interesting run. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if they'll keep it or if it's just kind of a gimmick thing to see how it works. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Loro, any other topics? Any breaking news or anything you've seen that maybe we missed?
No, I mean, I feel like that you guys covered everything pretty well here, you know?
Latest injury news, I believe Cook is doubtful for playing today for the Vikings, so that's going to hurt them tremendously in the run game. We're going to rely on the pass a little bit more. Not saying Cousins can't do it, but we'll see on that. We've already talked about Carson Wentz. If he stays healthy, I mean, a couple broken ankles, that's tough to come back from. We'll see how he does. I'm just looking here to see if ESPN's even. The one I was going to talk about is Josh Gordon gets reinstated for the millionth time. I think it was. I don't know, 4 to be exact. Do you think anybody's going to pick him up there, Loro?
It's tough to say, you know. I mean, Josh Gordon has dealt with a lot of drug issues, and I think that his career might be wasted because of all that, but you know that when he's on the field, he's very explosive.
So, if a team wants to take a chance on him, what team would that be, you think?
Ooh, maybe the Patriots because they could give Mac Jones a number 1 receiver. Or maybe he goes to – maybe he could go to not the Cowboys, maybe the Saints with Michael Thomas out, or maybe the Vikings to help with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson.
I don't know. I'd rule out the Vikings. They seem to stay away from troublemakers like that, but again, I could be wrong. Plus, we got a decent third guy in I can't pronounce his name. Starts with an O. Oben, I think his name is. But I know I saw a report that said Packers should sign Gordon to give Rodgers and see if that makes him happy. I don't see him going there, but you know the Cowboys, Patriots. You also named the Saints. I think would be some teams that would be intrigued if they got Gordon there. Maybe even Miami, you know, to help out those guys out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to see a Gordon signing anytime soon, and I think he's got to wait till mid-November to be able to play. I don't know if he's eligible right now. So looking at this, Rams Henderson is expected to be out versus the Bucks, so that might be a big hurt there for them. Defensive end Clark inactive for the Chargers, or versus the Chargers. I'm sorry. So Kansas City will be out one of their defensive ends, and Brown for the Patriots is sitting out for the Rams. So not that Brown is that big of a threat there. I think it's more or less Gronk, but you think AB sitting out for the Bucks is going to hurt the Buccaneers a little bit?
A little bit, but I mean the Bucks offense is so stacked. I mean, You got Gronk, you got OJ Howard, you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and also Rojo, Ronald Jones, who's making a homecoming, and also Leonard Fournette too. So, and also Giovanni Bernard.
Yeah. Okay. Tim's chiming in and said week 4 here. That must be Gordon. Yeah, I think it's week 4, week 5, somewhere around there that he's eligible. So right now, about ready to end it here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 teams, 2-0 low roll, and I'm not counting the Panthers that already won. So 7, but 6 teams playing today. Who comes out still undefeated?
I think if you look at it here, I think that which team is going to come out undefeated by looking at it, I think maybe the Carolina Panthers continue their hot start, but who knows?
For today, I mean, end of Sunday, who's going to be undefeated at the end of Sunday here?
I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that game going either way. I picked the Rams, so, but looking at it, Arizona, I think is probably a for sure thing that they're going to be undefeated still. And I'm just looking at the stats and didn't realize it. The NFC West has 3 undefeated teams: the Niners, the Rams, and the Cardinals. Didn't really put that all together until just now looking at the stats. So, Tim's chiming in saying the Raiders, the Bucks, and the Niners are going to be undefeated going into Week 4. So, I can see that. So Loro, anything? What are you looking forward to? Week 3. What do you want to see happen Week 3?
Mac Jones continuing to grow as that Patriots franchise quarterback, and I really think that the Patriots will find a way to get a win here. I want a 2-1 start, but I think I also want to see if Jacoby Brissett can get it done in Miami. I think that this AFC East is going to be a tough division, as you know.
Yeah, no, that definitely is going to be a tough division, and early lookings at the NFC West is going to be a tough division. For me, going into these games, I've said it all along. I think the Bucks and Rams are going to be a heck of a matchup. I can see that being high scored. I can see that low scored. I think it's going to be close. I'm really intrigued to see what Rodgers does. Is he going to play like he did Week 1, or is he going to play like he did Week 2? And is he going to keep playing these mind games? I think the Packers season all depends on Rodgers, and I think a lot of people can agree with that. So, Tim Hendricks, like I said, he's a Colts fan. I almost said Cowboys, but he wants Indy to win, and I know. I think if Wentz can stay healthy, I think he can do it. I think he could pull out that win today. So, with that being said, again, sorry that Chris had to step away and Messaround. I hope everything's okay on your end too. So, Laura, let's wrap it up. Give us about a minute closing thoughts here on Week 3 and what's coming up on MI6.
What's coming on MI6 is the Extra Point at 12 a.m. midnight Eastern time and 9 p.m. Pacific time, right after Sunday Night Football. Join myself, Ben Kirsch for that. And also, don't forget, and also Wild Sports Talk Monday Night Football post-game edition on Monday as well. So, anyways, I'm looking forward to a great Week 3, and I'm also interested to see Julian Edelman get honored today by the Patriots.
Yes, Edelman getting into that little ring of honor they got there. So that's good for him. Congrats to him. For me, again, I think football season started off good. I like another good Week 3 going into Week 4. So hopefully we keep that up. For Coast to Coast, tonight we got Between the Ropes. We'll break down the pay-per-view tonight. Extreme Rules. Maybe myself, I don't know, but Chris and Ace and the clan should be able to break that down. Also, keep checking us out on Coast to Coast, just like MI6. We always got different shows, not just all sports. So, with that being said, check me out again on Tuesday on Deck, and also on Tuesday Night Mania. We'll have a little special guest, a guy that I know here in Minnesota who does custom wrestling figures for indie wrestlers. So we're going to chat with him a little bit and get his take on the wrestling business. But with that being said, for Chris P. Bacon, myself, and Loro, you guys have a great week number 3 of the NFL season. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.